الحمد لله رب العالمين ولا عدوان إلا على الظالمين وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد في قوله سبحانه وتعالى يحبهم ويحبونه Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about those who want to change their religion and become disbelievers. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said He's going to bring someone different than them, and their quality is they love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves them. So if I ask you what is the quality of the person who loves Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, الجنيد رضي الله عنه قال في صفات من يحب الله سبحانه وتعالى قال هو عبد مدبر عن نفسه متصل بربه إن تكلم فبالله وإن سكت فلله وإن عمل فبأمر الله فهو بالله ولله ومع الله. Deep meaning for a person who loves Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, a person who is departing from himself, connecting with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is what we call sincerity. If something bothers you, for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it's okay, I'll take it. I'll swallow it. But if something related to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you can't. Yani the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, if someone harms him, stays silent, he forgives. But when the rules of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are violated, he speaks. And that's what we call enjoining good and forbidding evil. A quality that you are a true believer and you really love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then when you see something wrong, you cannot be silent. And when you have an opportunity to invite someone to do good, you cannot just sit there and do nothing. Give you an example. I come and I see a person sitting. I don't see him. What does that mean? Yani he's just sitting. He's not making tasbih. I want to read Quran. I'll take a copy and hand it to him. What are the chances that he will take it and read? High, right? It's impossible for a believer. You hand him a mushaf and he tells you, no, I don't want it. This is enjoining good. So he said, a person not working for himself. He's working for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He does what pleases Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then he went in details. إِذَا تَكَلَّمَ فَعَنِ اللَّهِ. When he talks, he's talking religion. How boring, right? That's what some people say. Everything to you is religion, religion, religion. Even when you talk about dunya, it has to be connected to religion. Otherwise, what do we have in our religion? When the Prophet ﷺ or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells you that وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ, all of your life should be ibadah. Your intention is ibadah, and your action is ibadah, your connection is ibadah, your reflection is ibadah, your thinking is ibadah. And that's what he said here. وَإِن سَكَتَ فَلِلَّهِ. Even when you're silent, it's for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The brother angers me, I stay silent. Why? Because I don't want to say something wrong, I don't want to harm him, I don't want to commit a sin. Ali ibn Abi Talib رضي الله عنه قال إن التقي ملجم قل إني أخاف إن عصيت ربي عذاب يوم عظيم. Taqi is like you have lijam in his mouth, something that you put on a horse where the horse cannot open his mouth or do anything or run away from you. So you cannot talk. So the believer is silent. He can talk, but he doesn't want to talk. Why? Because he fears the punishment of the day of judgment. And he was angered one time. He told the person, لو شئت لأجبتك لو شئت لأجبتك ولكني أخاف يوم القيامة. I could answer you if I want to, but I'm fearing the day of judgment. So if the person who loves Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks, he's talking about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. By the way, this is natural. If you want to know a person, see what he talks about. This is what he's living for. If all he talks about is investment in the stock market and Bitcoin and all of that, you deal with Bitcoin, brother?
Not yet.
And you see him talking about study, or nothing in their life except what they are doing, then they are in love with that. If you are in love with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you're going to talk about him. If you're in love with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you're going to talk about him. This is the way it is. You always talk about the things that you love. And he said, وَإِن تَحَرَّكَ, if he moves, فَبِأَمْرٍ مِّنَ اللَّهِ. I want to go somewhere. I'm moving. Immediately I think, where I'm going, is it something pleases Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? If it is, I go. If it's not, I don't. So I'm waiting for a command. And there is a command for everything. One of the righteous predecessors said, if you cannot move but with a command from the Quran and the Sunnah, إن استطعت ألا تتحرك أو حتى قال إن استطعت ألا تحك رأسك إلا بدليل فافعل. If you are able to not even scratch your head but with a proof, it's like I want to scratch my head. Before I scratch my head, is there a proof that I should scratch my head or not? Yes, there is. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't want you to harm yourself. Therefore I scratch. This is how close the person wants to be with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not following logic, following the wahi from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is a sign that I love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala love? Listen to this hadith. يقول رسول صلى الله عليه وسلم المؤمن القوي خير وأحب إلى الله من المؤمن الضعيف. So if you want Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to love you, then be a strong believer. What does that mean, strong, Sheikh? Six-pack? One pack. Yeah, six-pack is good. If you're doing it for a benefit, if you're doing it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if you're not wasting your time, if you're fulfilling the obligations, and you want to be strong and healthy, this is wanted and needed from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, command from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The focus always when we talk about things like that is religion. That's number one, because you're created for it. Once you fulfill that, then you can move on and get other things. Get strong in your health, get strong in your vision and your hearing and anything that you can strengthen yourself with, but focus on the religion. How can you strengthen yourself in religion? Number one, starts with the letter K.
Knowledge.
Now?
Knowledge.
Ahsan. Knowledge. Knowledge elevates you to khashya. إنما يخشى الله من عباده العلماء. If you have knowledge, then you are elevated to know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You fear Him and you love Him. Why? Because you know Him. Look at His qualities, how merciful, how just, how forgiving He is, you love Him. Look at His qualities, how powerful, how invincible,